3 rounds of discussion with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from a Zoom call in Columbia, South Carolina, Matthew, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. And his opponent from a Zoom call in Atlanta, Georgia, Daniel, aka the Executioner. Take it away, Matthew.
Thank you, Jesse, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. This is episode number 87. Holy crap. Of Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit.
And the Executioner, Daniel Travas. Sup?
Yeah, I am the Unbreakable Spirit. Let's run through the topics real quickly.
Topic number 1.
We're going to be ranting about the stupidity of title unifications.
Topic number 2.
If NXT should have a Money in the Bank.
And topic number 3.
Speaking of Money in the Bank, it's this Saturday. So it's the return of Prediction Battles to the actual game podcast.
Not via Twitter.
Yeah. But let's start with topic 1 once I have my fucking timer set. Because I had it and then for some reason it reset to 3 minutes.
Okay.
Take it away.
Alright. Title unifications. In my honest opinion on title unifications, it's only fucking stupid if the title unification shit doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I agree with that.
And what I mean, it's like, let's say, you want to you got like a little mini storyline going on between a champion A and champion B, and you want to settle it in the match. That works too. But, like if you're involved in a very long rivalry, that also, and the other person you're involved in a rivalry with wins the title, that makes sense too. Or you want to retire one title, that works too. Like, honestly, the more I thought about this, the undisputed, the tag team title shit, when WWE did that for the Raw and SmackDown tag team title, it only didn't make sense because they had it on a randomized episode of SmackDown.
Yeah. And I guess we can say the same for when the men's tag team titles were unified.
Yeah, exactly. But my only problem, since they've unified the tag team titles, is not retiring those tag team titles and
new designs.
And
because then they would have to come up with new designs for I think SmackDown, because aren't Sammy and Raw members of the Raw roster?
Who cares? I mean, I don't really know, because my whole thing, one of the things that I have a problem with this title unification thing is that if you're trying to do a brand split, how can it's okay to do a brand split, fine, but it's just if you're gonna have a title unification thing, make sure that the champion can flop between brands, because if the champion's on one title, other brand is without said title.
Which makes the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship even more stupid when you think about it.
How so?
If you're the Undisputed Champion, good, you're the Undisputed Champion. Hello, World Heavyweight Championship. Undisputed means you have nothing to say you're not the best.
Yeah.
The World Heavyweight Championship disputes that.
That's a fair point. Like, okay, the only time, like, when WWE, did the whole unification back in NXT between, like, Carmelo Hayes and Roderick Strong to unify the NXT and Cruiserweight title, that kind of made sense. It just didn't make sense that you didn't, call it, you didn't redesign the title or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That shit didn't really make sense. Like,
So the only unification that, are you talking about the cruiserweight unification thing?
yes, yeah.
The only thing that happened is one has a black strap, the other has purple.
No, the other one is red.
Oh wait, right, it was unified with the North American.
Yep. But the only titles, like, the only thing, when the whole Roman Reigns Goldberg thing, that just, hey, did Brock need to win that title during that build up? No. But did it make Roman Reigns finally be able to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? I mean, Roman Reigns able to beat Lesnar at Mania? Yes.
Yeah.
And then, see, making that at WrestleMania, that should make perfect sense. Because you needed a big marquee money match. And a big marquee money match is a title unification match at the biggest show. But doing when WWE unified the NXT tag team, women's tag team titles, and the women's tag team titles, that shit made no goddamn sense.
I concur again.
Because we were watching that shit, and quite frankly, I didn't even need to watch that shit to be like, oh, of course, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are going to win, because you're probably going to do nothing with the other two teams.
Yeah, and I feel like, now I'm now playing devil's advocate here. I do not like when stuff like that happens because it hurts the NXT brand, in my opinion.
I mean,
that they don't have,
gold.
tag team title. They have less titles, pretty much.
Yeah. My whole thing is, if you're gonna do, if one promotion, take Ring of Honor, take AEW by Ring of Honor. I thought, and this is truly what I thought here, that I thought because AEW bought Ring of Honor, I thought that they were going to just to unify those championships.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there.
For
it
example,
would have made sense to do that.
I thought, hey, you were gonna, have a match where every single, or exactly my point, but it's just, the point I'm making is about this whole rant is, I don't mind when people do title unifications. I truly don't mind anymore, but it's just the plot needs to make some goddamn sense. Even though most of the time it's WWE just doing this for no fucking reason, but during the whole bloodline shit, that shit made sense. Because you wanted the bloodline to look stronger.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do it and it makes no goddamn sense, then it's stupid. That's the last thing I want to say. What are your last thoughts on this?
You essentially hit the nail on the head.
Oh.
My final thoughts are, we'll be back with topic number 2.
Oh.
And we are back with topic number 2. Should NXT have a Money in the Bank sort of event? Sure, why the hell not?
And here's like my thought, and because my thought process is, if you're gonna do their Money in the Bank, maybe don't call Money in the Bank. Maybe call it like make you had a whole TV special. Maybe you call it like the Golden Case or something. Come up with like a different sort of name or something. And if you're gonna do it,
cash grab maybe.
Yeah, cash grab or whatever the hell you want to call it. But it's just, don't just have it be for the NXT championship. Like, this is what I'm thinking. If a male superstar wins this match, you have the option of either cashing it in on the North American or the NXT championship. It makes it kind of a lot more.
Unfortunately, the women only have one option.
Yeah, fortunately, the women only have one option. But this is just my, and this, before you could say anything, I don't want to say this, but if WWE's going to do it, fine. If you want to, be lazy and just do a copy and paste. But if you want to but I would also suggest this is an opportunity to do a Money in the Bank, but do it differently. Hell, have it be like a battle royal sort of like, create like, do like a battle royal, but you got to have like pinfall or submission or throwing over the top rope, or I don't know, maybe do like a battle royal by pinfall or some crazy shit.
I just thought of this, and you guys, if you remember last week's episode, we talked about a new Money in the Bank rule in which you can also cash in on mid-card titles. The theory rule, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Do you think that also means we could see Money in the Bank cashed in on an NXT championship?
Because I think that personally would be very interesting, because like this is the thing, is that if whoever wins the Money in the Bank, I think that it'd be a lot cooler way to include NXT talent and to get them the bigger sort of spotlight that they need. But if you do it, it would honestly make the match a lot more unpredictable, because it's on it. And I'm gonna be honest here, the Money in the Bank for the past couple of years has kind of become predictable. It needs to go back to the days where
I would say Otis winning in the fashion he did was unpredictable.
Okay, yeah, just catching it.
Yeah. No, that's legit, people. Go back and watch the 2020 Money in the Bank.
It's like, what the hell?
It was 2020, right?
Yep.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
But my honest thoughts is, look, if you're gonna do it Money in the Bank, do it differently. What are your thoughts on how should NXT, if you're NXT, how would you do a Money in the Bank differently?
I would do, well, first off, obviously, qualifying matches.
Yeah, agreed.
And I just thought of how they could do it. That would be unique and also be an inside joke that I'm going to have to explain to the audience.
Okay, go.
Do you remember our bank heist match in our wrestling universe?
Okay, I like where this is going.
Why not just have qualifying matches and do something similar in NXT using the War Chamber?
The War Chamber? You mean the Fight Pit?
Fight Pit, yeah. Thank you. Sorry.
But yeah, just put it up, above, I don't know, on the Fight Pit, and watch a bunch of superstars beat the living tart out of each other.
Yeah, and maybe like also just for comedic effect, add some fake briefcases.
Yeah.
just for like comedic effect.
Yeah, that I really do like that idea, but it's just like, but if you're gonna do it, and don't have it be like, hi, I'm Mr. Money in the Bank. I'm gonna cash it in on so and so. No, don't have anybody do that dumb
Yeah,
shit.
don't announce it. That has only worked one time in all the times it happened.
Yeah, RVD did that. He's like, I'm cashing it in.
At
And he
ECW One Night Stand.
and he beat John Cena.
Yeah. The other
Big
times
savage.
it didn't work.
The only other time it didn't work, the two other times it didn't work is Damien Sandow did it on John Cena, and that failed.
And then John Cena did it on CM Punk.
Yeah.
Neither of them worked.
Yeah.
And this is gonna sound really weird, but I want to eat Damien Sandow's briefcase. It looks like a giant chocolate bar.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, look, the only reason we're discussing this is because, and this is honestly my thoughts, is if these people, the men and the women, are going to be competing in these matches, then they need to be able to to get ready for these kinds of matches because because I heard Nick Cod say that NXT is a third brand. Good. If it's a third brand, then use the main roster matches in NXT. Just tweak them a bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Speaking of Money in the Bank, speaking of Money in the Bank, Travis needs to pull up a match card because our final topic is the Money in the Bank 2023 prediction battle.
Prediction
We'll be right back. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the third and final topic. It is the Money in the Bank prediction battle. And
Now, before
again,
we get in, last year the winner got reward. We're doing the same thing this year.
yes, the winner gets to use it to escape any punishment once.
Yeah, for up to 365 days.
Basically, what he's saying until the next time Money in the Bank comes around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, let's hop into the matches.
Alright. The matches are as followed. In no particular order. This, by the way, this card will be taking place live in the O2 Arena in London, England.
Yeah, so wrestling in the afternoon, not my favorite thing, but I have no control over it.
Nope. So, here is the match. The first match is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. The participants are as follows: Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight,
Yeah.
Santos Escobar, Pete Dunne, aka Butch, Damian Priest, and the celebrity wrestler that is honestly surprised the hell out of all of us, Logan Paul.
Yeah. Speaking of Logan, I heard rumors of what his next feud will be after Money in the Bank.
Do tell.
It's gonna be Logan Paul versus the Brawling Brutes.
What weird.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's the rumor, at least.
Okay,
Sources
anyway.
from inside news.
Yeah,
whose
okay, good,
sources
good,
are
good.
on
Yeah,
site.
okay, not bored, but anyway. Alright. Who are your picks?
I'm gonna go with LA Knight.
Yeah.
I will also go with Logan Paul
Okay.
because you've talked about how he would help the company in like with the win. I at least I think you have, I don't remember. And I'm having trouble typing today. And my final pick.
What?
Or do we want to do 2 picks each?
Just 2 picks.
Okay, so yeah, those are my picks.
My picks, unless WWE has a returning, unless WWE, keep in mind, with this being in London, Drew McIntyre could return here.
True, and be a surprise entrant.
The WWE did that. I mean, WWE did that last year with Austin Theory.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd put that out there because that's what one of the rumors is. But for actual participants, I'm gonna go with the one and only human highlight reel, Ricochet. And my other pick is going to be Shinsuke Nakamura.
All right.
The next match, I'm gonna skip him. I'll come back later to the women's Money in the Bank. I will come back to that.
All right.
Because this is a match that I want to talk about. The Intercontinental Champion. For the Intercontinental Championship, it is the Ring General Konta versus Matt Riddle. R.I.P. Matt Riddle's chest.
Yeah, like low key.
My pick for
Let me guess. Yours is the Ring General.
Yes.
All right.
But I also think that this is going to be a very good match, honestly.
Yeah.
With how good Riddle is, no matter how much I don't like the guy, he's very good. And no matter how dominant Gunther is, this shit should be interesting.
All right. Yeah, rest in peace, Matt Riddle's chest, but honestly, he's probably going to be so high that he won't even be able to feel it.
And the next match, a match that is 7 years in the making. It is for the World Heavyweight Championship. The champion, Seth freaking Rollins, putting his World Heavyweight Championship on the line against the man he injured in a match for a title, Finn Balor. Now, I have seen the video package that they have added on to this match. That this is a different kind of Finn Balor from 7 years ago because this man has beaten the shit out of him multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, and I said in the video, and I saw in the video package that this is a man that only cares about one thing: the world title and revenge.
Isn't that 2 things?
Two things, yeah. But no, don't get me wrong. While I would, my pick is Finn Balor because I am wondering if the Judgment Day is even going to help Finn. Honestly.
All right, I thought you were going a different direction with that.
Why do you say that?
We're gonna pick Tim Rollins, and I was preparing myself to say like, "Damn, you stole my choice," but and I have them on different lines. God damn it!
But I mean, you know what? I could change my pick.
No, that's locked in.
Damn it. Even though keep in mind whoever wins the match could still lose.
Yeah, like both champions, both main event champions need to hope that the men's Money in the Bank is the main event.
Well, no, all I'm saying is because any person that has tried to cash in on Roman Reigns has failed. Seth would be the easy choice, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, true.
I mean, because think about it. This past Tuesday, like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, he successfully defended his title against Braun Breaker and is still beaten up. And if Finn Balor is smart and takes revenge on that and Seth does win, that's just like a champion's beaten up. That's like that's an opportunity.
Which is why I'm saying they better hope the men's Money in the Bank is the main event, so they can't get cashed in on that night.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next match is Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio with Rhea Ripley in his corner.
Yeah, it seems like the Judgment Day has like a mini tag team in it, you know?
Mixed tag, but yeah.
Yeah.
So who do you got?
Cody better beat that boy's ass. I'm going Cody Rhodes.
I'm going Dominic because not just because it's my only option, is because if you want Cody to go down that that long road back to the title picture, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Match is for the women's Money in the Bank.
Which hopefully doesn't get cashed in on the same day.
Most likely will, but anyway. The participants are as follows. You got Selena Vega, Bailey, The Man, Becky Lynch, Zoe Starks, like I said, Bailey, Io Shirai, and Io Sky, and Trish Stratus.
All right, now I know who I'm choosing.
Who are you choosing?
But before I say anything, I just want to say I don't like how there are factions in this match. with that said, I've heard rumors of Damage Control splitting up, maybe, and I feel like this might be part of the catalyst. So I'm going Io Sky and Becky Lynch.
Damn it!
Did I steal one of yours?
Yeah, you stole Becky.
Okay.
The other one that I'm gonna go with is Trish Stratus. I'm gonna go with Trish Stratus and Io Sky.
I already chose Io Sky.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna go with Trish Stratus and Bailey.
Okay. We
Because
each have a member of Damage Control.
think about this: if Bailey wins, Bailey will also make history.
Yeah, the first woman to win the Women's Money in the Bank twice, right?
Yeah. No, excuse me. Yeah.
All right, now if my memory serves, there's like what? One more match?
Yes, the big match. The match that has honestly the most fucking build up than any other match on this card. The headline. Civil War.
And I am labeling it as that in the note.
Okay. So, you got Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, a man who didn't even bother winning his match this past Friday. Just Samoan hip attack. Sheamus through a barricade. Last week's. My pick is the Tribal Chief and what I'm going to call
Shocker, I was going to pick the Usos anyways.
But my reason for picking Roman Reigns and Solo is because with the kind of mood that Solo is in, that, you know, with how much that man just didn't give a fuck about winning the match and was just beat the shit out of Sheamus this past Friday. Yeah, boy. And with the kind of mood that Roman Reigns is going to be in this match, I hope the Usos are ready for it, because if this match starts, because
the Usos need to send their little brother to the Uso penitentiary so he can wake up.
I mean, I don't really think that's. I mean, I've heard that he could betray him, but it's just, I doubt that, because, I mean, I don't.
Water's thicker than water, and the only thing Roman and Solo share is probably a bottle of water or something. I don't know where I was going with that. Basically, I'm saying that if Solo was smart, he'd align himself with his biological brother.
My thought is, well, yes, I would like to see that.
Do you not want Rikishi's kids to be on the same page?
No, not really, because I honestly think that that would, because if they're on the same page, great. But if they're not on the same page, is that it would be a more interesting reason for Rikishi to whatever, if he's gonna get involved in this, to do something.
I mean, his fourth kid is training to be a wrestler. So maybe Roman can have backup in the form of the younger Rikishi kids.
But yeah, that's my thoughts, and I think that whatever happens is going to be, this match is probably going to be match of the goddamn year.
Oh yeah, and just to recap, people, before we sign off today, our picks for each match are, for the men's, I have LA Knight and Logan Paul. Daniel has what? What?
I said, why are you recapping what the picks are?
Because just to make sure people understand what we said.
Okay, fair enough. Continue.
And Daniel has Ricochet and Shinsuke Nakamura. For the IC Championship, which is going to be a hard-hitting match, mind you.
Oh, yeah.
I have the guy who's going to get his chest destroyed, the King of Bros, Matt Riddle. And Daniel has the ring general, Gunther.
Okay.
For the World Heavyweight, it would be poetic, I will admit, if Finn Balor won.
Yeah.
But Seth freaking Rollins is on a roll, and I want that to continue.
Yeah.
For the women's, are we going to see the breakup of Damage Control? Who knows? I kind of hope so.
Okay.
But me, Io, Becky, him, Trish, and Bailey.
Okay.
Then in the Bloodline Civil War, the Usos.
And
I hope to God they win. And he's got the Bloodline. And remember, the winner gets to opt out of any punishment once for up to a year. So, Travis, if you win, really think about what you want to do, what you want to opt out of.
Okay. All right. Anyway, great. Roll that outro.
Yeah, roll that outro.
Bye.
We'll see you guys next week with the result.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to At Odds, hosted by the Unbreakable Spirit
and the Executioner,
edited by the Unbreakable Spirit. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MTS_life_0126.
You can follow me on Instagram at DanTravis121, and you can also follow me on the Twitter at DanTheExecutioner21.
And you can follow the podcast at Odds Podcast. We'll be back next week with more debates and discussions. But until then, the Executioner and the Unbreakable Spirit will still be at odds.
Thank you, losers.